It'll never get old. Welcome, welcome. I set the cookie. And set these right to say your names at once. Alright. Very tired. Me too. Just a little bit. Let's see. I'll talk a little louder. In a bit. Alright. How's the audio mixing? It's low? Okay, thank you. I mean, that's good to have. I can see... I'm gonna change it to be a different... I'm using groove music, and then I'm gonna be using... what is it? Oh, the little orangey arrow. I forget what it's called. What a Windows Media. So it's a different one output, so it'll be a little different. So I'll raise it up when I change it. Thank you. Yeah, the worst thing, I guess, what I'm looking for is to make sure that it's not louder than me. That's the only caveat, I guess. So if it's low, that's actually good, but yeah, if it's too low, then I understand that's not good either. Give this a couple more seconds. How you guys doing? 10 seconds or so. We're warming up. There we go. That's probably good enough for you guys. So you guys are in the past. So anyway. Boop, boop, boop. And let's start the intro music. There we go. Okay, so I did, if you haven't been here for a while, I think Star hasn't been here. I've been finding YouTube stock music. Let me turn it up just a smidge. -10. Let's see. So I've been finding YouTube stock music, and as far as they're not that bad, all things considered. They're all still kind of a little cheesy, but they're all good. Yep, so hello, welcome, hello, start cooking, Seti, welcome, and everyone else who's hanging out. Welcome. Oh boy, nice jacket, thank you. Got a little scarf. Ooh, that's armband. Look at that. It's like I have a pinky or something. A little jacket, yeah, you're right. This is good horse spin music. There you go. I have been updating this. Just not significantly as much as you would think, but actually a little bit more. Actually, it's more than you'd think. Actually, it's probably better to say. Try Audio Jungle. Oh, is that the? What? That's the. Isn't that the meme one where it's like someone like whispering like Audio Jungle, like every 10 seconds? Or I guess you have to pay for it and then like a subscription to get it so that they don't whisper. It's kind of creepy, like Audio Jungle, and it's like whoa. I just figured because if it's like the YouTube stock music is obviously the name brand, I guess, for the most safe, you know. I don't want to play with those other ones that like might be mix and match whether or not they're really, you know, secure. Because even if they seem to be, you know, there's always like a weird fluke or chance that if there's a fluke or chance that with like let's say the Audio Jungle happens to be flagged by a YouTube person, then I would have less credit to on my end to say and do a dispute. You know, I would have to say like, oh yeah, you're right. This is this person who wrote the music. On the other hand, if I had a YouTube music, and then if they mistakenly dispute it, or say like if they flag it, I can dispute it fairly well more in my control, you know, to say like, I'm literally using the music that you are literally YouTube, you know, are unflagging, you know, clearing, you know. That's what I think about it, is that, you know, just beyond the legality side is that it would be better to have the hand-in-hand close enough connection that it's like, okay, this is YouTube to YouTube, and they're just gonna, play nicely. Hopefully, that's what I'm thinking. I don't need a pen. I picked up my tablet pen. Most of this is gonna be 3D. Anyway, I know stock music has its own charm. It is very nice. Because sometimes I feel like they tell their own story, which is like fun to think about, you know. There's a whole like the YouTube music, stock music has like different genres and feels, you know. So there's one that's like called cinematic, and those ones are fun because it's like this one's cinematic, so it's fun to like think about what kind of story is going on in it. I'm gonna jump into here now. So I did make a couple stuff here. You see that I modeled a little wing. That was kind of fun. It's not too extreme or too complex, but this is like my third attempt at modeling it, so hopefully that's okay. I'll probably get it swap out to a different model. It's like when it flips up to actually do a wing flap. This is like the I guess I can label it as wing closed, and then I'll have like a separate one that's just for open and then unfurl and then have animations for that. So I also made a little horn. Turn it up a little bit. The horn is fairly simple. It's not too many vertices, but there's different faces in here to make the color darker part here. So that was a little tricky to get them to look okay enough. I know that the pony one, the real pony style, have it being a spiral, and it's like I realized that after I made this, and it's like, uh-oh. Spiral was gonna be 100 times, you know, tenfold of like trying to figure out how to make that work with these little lines here. So they're just gonna be little circles like that. So oh well. I forgot how much we did inside the mouth as well. I modeled. It's kind of weird looking. Yeah, well. So I modeled teeth. Here's a teeth bone, I guess. Pretty simple. And a tongue, also pretty simple. And a lower teeth, which is a duplicate of the upper teeth. But the hope is that I can use these to not always be visible inside the mouth, but have them be when I need certain phenoms, or use the vismes to create different shapes. Like for an L, you put your tongue at the top of the roof of the mouth like this, and you go lol. But other times you might not have the tongue be visible. So it's gonna be like up to lip sync of how flexible I want this to be. More often than not, I'll probably have them be all, you know, like invisible or something. So it'll just be a little mouth like that instead. Maybe just leave, yeah, like just the tongue. That'd be fun. And 3Ds, that's fun. So I'm thinking about not having the teeth always be visible, or having some sliders or some controls to remove them. That's probably as far as I got. Trying to get all that going in the meantime. I think I don't know how much I worked on the little ear spot thing here. It's a separate object that doesn't quite work out if you move it around. It has some there you go. It has some modifiers. Shrink wrap is the one that's making it. It's kind of hard to see. Shrink wrap is telling it to kind of follow along the curve of the object. So I set it to be the head. So follow the curve and natural outsidey, curvy, I don't know, the surface. Follow along the surface, even if it's like a bumpy kind of surface. Try to follow it as best as it can. So it's try to magnetize towards the head as best as it can. But I'm thinking of including it just inside of the head, so they won't be separate objects. Kind of something like that. So It's still gonna be even. I probably won't get to like everything I'm talking about today in the stream, but just to know that there's a lot more than that needs to go into here. So anyway, hi Dakota, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so what I want to work on today is the eyes, because I feel like that's the next logical step here is to work on that. So let's work on that. Let's get my references and let's kind of hide everything else. So don't need that. Ear spots and the body. Oh, she looks really weird. There you go. Okay, so now I only have the 3D head and my refs viewable. Like really thin now. They all bring the body, so it's a little weird. Anyway, the next step is to, I've been waffling about how to actually go about this, because the topology here isn't that super bad, but it's obviously, there you go. Doesn't quite follow the eye shape too well. It's pretty good, but it just seems to be the subdivision here is what's really breaking it. So somehow when it gets subdivided, they just see all that. So instead of like being close to where the like this point is here, it gets really moved over. Yeah, I made her an alicorn just in case when we do our story later, like a couple weeks or more, I don't know. Much later on, we're gonna have a story time to make a story, and in case you wanted a unicorn, I thought to make at least make a horn while I was making everything else like the wings and stuff. So, remember that I still need to work on these two, or just quickly just see if I can move these out a little bit. But it's possible that doing this won't really do too much. No snout looks pretty rough. Okay. The cheeks are not really needed. I understand. Yeah, it becomes either a problem of do I want to kind of use what I have right now, or kind of go through and essentially make a new model version of this where I can retopologize, which is a big word for essentially just going back over what I have with a new mesh. So topology is like the how the mesh kind of is the form of it, I guess. So to like retopologize it means to go over it again with a different type of, either a different flow or just to like go over it again. It's always like a meta between like with 3D artists is to always striving for the best topology, because that's essentially what you're working on, is the topology of all this. So and I can always just keep moving these points around and see what they do, but at some point, yeah, that's definitely started to, the magnetizing of the clipping started to happen there. Might need to turn, I mean, clipping's not on, but I guess I need to turn merge off for just a little bit here. Eyes are too tall as well. Yeah, at some point, this mesh is sort of working, but at the same time, it's not exactly what I'm looking for. So, that's right. Was it like a 40 sphere or something? Something real crazy? need to turn my plane off. I just need to see whether or not my form is working okay, or because obviously I want to put the eye around the same size, but obviously that's not gonna really fly here. Was it 3D sphere? Okay, that makes it slightly simpler. See if I can just go around these curves here. So the problem that I'm trying to fix is that obviously the shape is a little bit off. And do I have proportional editing is off? Good. Want the shape to be a little better and to just kind of fit with my reference a little better as well. This is some doggone aquatic music going on. So I feel like, yeah, definitely down where you were saying stars, that kind of gets a little messy. Near the snout, cheek area. Are you too close? You feel too close. Where's the other bulb? Can't actually see it through. There you go. This one. Yeah, so might need. So I wanted to restructure it to be a little bit smoother, but now I might have made it a little bit less smooth in the process. Oop, now they're too close. It's basically not doing it at all. It's a little bit more round, so that's good. Okay, so I think what I want is basically to make a new mesh. Selection to active, so I think that's in the middle of it. And we're gonna make a, basically gonna redo what we have here, but with a little better topology. So that's going over the topology again, so it's re-topology. And we're gonna make this a little smaller. Oh yeah, because my scale is way small. Yeah, she's basically, I don't know. Let's see. If I had another, keys are about one, right? I was gonna say it was about one scale. Maybe you can say like 1 meter? Does that work? No. One. I haven't tried this. Does this work? Nah, it doesn't work. It's getting upset. Anyway. Okay. So what I want is my cube that seriously is now gone. There's a cube. There it is. Oh, it's the same color. It seems to have very limited. I set it to be, if you're using Blender 2, try to follow along. I don't know why you would. I'm not doing this the right way at all. So I set the solid view to studio and then set this to be random, so the color of each object can be randomized. So when you make a new object in the world, it gets a random value. It just have to be the same color, so it's not too large of a color pool then. That's good. I do feel like the okay, cool. Okay, so what I want is to do this again, where I add a loop around the center here, And then, oop. There you go. Which way is front? And then to trying to delete my selection so I can select more there. And delete it. There we go. Okay, that was really hard for some reason there. What I want to do is add that mirror modifier beep on along the X, along its strictly the X, which is the red one. Okay, so I got this. Let's give it a color. I guess it's white, so I guess that's fine. Could just color white. There we go. That's pure white. Okay. So what I want is to. I would like to be able to see what I got. As well as, let's see, for the original head, should I apply my subdivision, or maybe I should make it a little bit higher? Probably be good. Then for my cube, I have a different idea. I think I'm going to start with a plane instead. And then flip X 90, make it super small, and then apply it. Same mirror modifier. I could have just deleted some of the faces, but this makes more sense to me a little bit. My mirror is not mirroring. Could just put it on the head. There you go. It's that clipping. Okay. So now what I want with this is to be head, be topologize. Big word for doing the same mesh again. Let's make a new color actually. New. And I can set the color of it. Let's make it a very distinct color here. Okay. So I got this. And it's in here. So I like to magnetize it to the volume. Affect the rotation scale. See if this works. I haven't done this quite exactly, so we'll just kind of play around until something works here. It's not that. You know what I should have done was probably looked up some tutorials right before I did this so I can could have figured this out. Might have to just not. That's, of course, that's what I want to happen though, is to make it. What I want to happen is to have this so that this. I'm not explaining this right at all. So I can. It's a little flustered here trying to get this. At least I just need to get this kind of going, and then it becomes easier. Is the problems here? Hi Sasha, welcome. What I want to do is to make a much smaller version of less smaller vertices of what I have with the original face mesh, basically. So let's go about that. I'm going to just kind of go around it. What if I could add a shrink wrap to that solidify? Shrink wrap and snap to on surface of the head. plus a couple. So maybe outside. Okay, so now if I extrude this, what I hope to happen is that it kind of shrink wraps to the head here. This may not be super accurate, is going to be the problem here, and I'll have the same kind of issue as before, but hopefully now I'll have a little bit more geometry to work with and a little bit better easier topology to work with. I think that's more important at this point, is make sure I just have the correct flow to this. So I can see, like, I'm trying to go around the eyeball here with a little bit better flow. You can see how that's kind of working there. So I just kind of create a loop around the eyeball. That's a little bit better scale here. This may work better than trying to work as I worked on it before, where it just didn't quite fit correctly. Kind of maybe just go around here. As we gotta go around, I need to do something like this. Let's go around here. Let's make this flat. It's almost like weird vectoring kind of style. It's like I'm trying to figure out what's the most optimal way around to get around the head here, or just the eyeball. So instead, I think I'm gonna extrude this away to get to here, and then now I can have a point here, and then a point here, and a point here. I feel like I may need to... Nope. Whoa, okay. Oh, I didn't even take that. There you go. Just creating a nice grid pattern. Create this kind of skull shape there. Let's extrude again. Beep. Maybe like twice. Oh, this will be fun. Okay. Probably what I'll do is, because I know that these ones aren't affecting the eyeballs at all, I'll probably just like delete them for now and just have the most important ones going on here. So right now I could just kind of lift all these up and then have wider space there. Is this what I want? Sure. Maybe let's go around the other way. I know that the snoot's gonna be in the way a little bit, but it's gonna have to have, you know, at least something going on here. So I think this may work out. And then let's go sideways. Well, I guess I can ask, like, how many guys actually know 3D enough to look at this and go, this isn't right at all? Or, am I on a close enough path that's like, maybe this is this good? 'Cause I know 3D enough to go that this feels weird. With the way that I'm kind of going about it, but I'm honestly not sure at this point what would work. You know what I mean? No clue? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Probably wants to be about the old shift there. Probably want to be about the same amount of points along the bottom and top. So I need one here. Nope, that's not gonna work. Yeah, I see why. I'm yeah, to your point, Cookie. 3D is just like the culmination of a whole bunch of other different trades and stuff. That's like, this is much more complex than, you know, just drawing a nice little cute picture or something. This is math. This is vectoring almost, you know. I think I might be on a roll with this method. I feel like I might want to go around it again now that I have this. This feels better. The way that I'm doing it right now. Not right now. Something like that. I think I'll go around it one more time because I feel like this isn't right. Tell you when something just doesn't look right and where it looks off, like with the cheeks. Okay. Most of the 3D pony animators are just SFN. That is true. There's also D8, yeah, D8, DJ Bed, and those kind of people. I'm gonna delete. I know this is gonna seem bad. Like I spent a lot of time on this, but I feel like I just need to, for my good feel ness, I need to remove it. DJ Dead and a whole bunch of other people do use Blender for pony stuff. I saw one that was like several years old, like 2013 or something crazy like that, where someone using Blender, and they were having the same kind of issues and same kind of like troubles of like what I'm working with, but they were trying to do an animation, and they were like trying to do some sort of like camera thing where they wanted like a camera to be like a sniper type of scope type of thing. And it's like, how do you get the camera to be in the right position for something like that? Aligning it and trying to do other animation stuff with that. And it's like, huh. I was just more impressed that they were using like a, you know, at the time, like a very, very old version of Blender and trying to do all that. It was very commendable. Okay, this feels better. I know that it took a while to get here, but it's kind of how it goes sometimes. I mean, I'm sure Luxo and Adventures of Wally B wasn't made in a day, you know? Like the first Pixar shorts. They, probably a lot of trial and error. Tons of months of work. Just because it was like 2 minutes of animation. So. if anyone says like, oh, animation is easy, or like 2D is way easier than 3D, it's like, yes, to a point, but there has to be a whole bunch of, you know, pioneers who they had to walk so we can run. This might be one thing, or I could I'm not the only one I can randomly name drop Wally B. It was the first like really old one I can think of. I think it's like their second or third short of Pixar. Yeah. Going to not merge. It's merge at last. And merge at last. And let's subdivide this. Beep. It's weird because the only thing I'm actually visualizing right now is the baby from Tintoy. I guess that got memed for a little while, but yeah. So when I thought of Wally B, it's like the first thing I thought of was the baby of Tintoy. Alrighty, so now I got a cute little ringy ring. Now I got a loop. Ooh, now she's got glasses. That's how you make glasses. Something like this. There you go. I'm gonna see if shrink wrap might be weird. Let's turn that off. There you go. You got a juice break here. You guys deserve it. I can't see my keyboard to turn on my... There we go. Okay. It was their first film. Luxa Jr. was their first film after officially becoming Pixar. Ooh! There we go. Cookie dropping the sick Pixar digital knowledge. Incredible. Thank you. I guess, would that mean like... So they weren't Pixar. They definitely had a cool logo where it was like a little ball with a dot on it or something. Yeah. Are these merged together? Oh, they are. Cool. Okay. Where should we go from here? Let's see. So I got this. I probably want to go around here now, and then I guess the last Pixar was it Luca? I think so. Yeah. It seems to be mostly Disney movies, Disney animation studio stuff, like Encanto and the Dragon one. I haven't seen the Dragon one. I've seen Encanto. Encanto's really fun. I guess anything with Lin is going to be gold, so yeah. Let's see. I don't want to make a triangle, but I guess I might have to. I guess I could just kind of go like this. And then it might be good. And step down here is going to be a little bit hard. It's like she's got a cheek. There we go. Okay. So I feel like these are looking pretty tight. Oh, well, don't flip normals. I don't even know why I did that. Music quiet. But why? I want to make these small. Just so when I need to add more geometry and stuff, I can work with that a little bit easier. Let's add a little bit more geometry here. Yep. My mic is like right in front of my keyboard, so I can't really see what I'm doing half the time. Hi, Miro. Miro. Let's see. Likings if that's Disney visually. That's a hot take. Interesting. There, I just have to figure that out. Okay, well, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's obviously, like, if you go newer, then like you start to get into the 3D age, and then objectively they get more better. So I don't know. Trying to think if there is anything like just as objectively good or like better looking than Lion King. That is a good one. Lion King is really good. Don't need me to tell you that. Hopefully. Okay. Well, I mean, there's always people who think animation is a genre, so it's like, yeah. But those kind of people I was thinking of. And that they'd be like, well, Lion King's, 1993, 4, whatever, is like, it's not 3D. That means that, it's not as good as the 2019 movie, because that's live action. Because animation is a genre, and it's part of the kids genre, So should not be taken seriously as a piece of art. It exists as its only good merit is that if it's 3D, and that makes it look way better. So hopefully you guys are a little bit better than that. There's people out there who think like that. So, and I'm sorry for them. It's like it is. Is this what I want? Sure. Soul had a good time. So Soul, yeah. Soul, it's amazing for story, and I think The Good Dinosaur has the most gorgeous environments that I think I've ever seen. No, I didn't say like Good Dinosaur had a good story. It just doesn't hold up to like, the higher standard that Pixar stories usually tend to be. Gotta click on these first. Beep. Before I can do my merge to operation. There you go. These points won't fall off this face like this. I need to like form them into a curve. So they'll be like curving outward and inward. So not gonna worry about that too much right now. At least they can be somewhat straight like that. Actually, let me get rid of these. If I do this, that doesn't really help. I thought it would like kind of close the gap. There you go. And the only thing I need to merge is these ones. There you go. These can move down, maybe. Yeah, maybe we should leave some room out for a Snoot. Snoot will leave its own loop. We'll work on that next. Okay, because now I got a pretty good eyeball thing. Can't even tell what 3D I'm even looking at right here. Like the style liking. I'm thinking maybe hand drawn. Just Google. It was, yes. Well, that's what I was saying. Like, there's two Disney versions of Lion King. There's the 1990s that is hand-drawn with digital effects, like the caribou or whatever, the big stampede. They were 3D modeled. So when they wanted like a huge amount of, you know, thousands of water beasts, is like, do you wanna usually go in and try to make them react correctly and have them all run at the same time? It's like, yeah, they have technology so that they wanted to play with it. Same with, like, with Tarzan. They were like, let's use 3D for like the vines, like in one of the more iconic scenes of Tarzan is that Tarzan's like going through like the jungle and it's like zipping around and a whole bunch of camera moves and it's like a roller coaster. And so to do that, they made different like vines that are in 3D, but then they painted it and colored it and textured it with hand-drawn leaves and foliage and stuff. So it was a nice mix where late 90s Disney with those kind of like Beauty and the Beast, where they were able to incorporate 2D characters into 3D environments, is obviously my kind of favorite style. So I'm always a sucker for that sort of real good mix, you know, where you get the best of both worlds, where you can have the 2D characters with amazing hand-drawn, you know, stylistic animation, plus the technology of 3D to get the even better environment, perfect perspectives and stuff, with a hint of a little bit of 2D texture work on top of it. Really makes it really good. Yeah. Also, hi. Okay, hi. Hi, Ben. Welcome. Ahem. I haven't heard of Redline. What is that? Like, who made it? I feel like that's not a Disney. When I look at Redline, I get a whole bunch of not movies. 2009, 2007? Well, what is it? I'm seeing a lot. Animated? Or is it anime? Is it anime now? Ooh, fast scars? Is that what I'm seeing? Or like, what does he look like? It's like a mix of Johnny Bravo and Lupin or something. Or like that other guy. Ah. Interesting. Let's see. Tank the Leader is interesting. Wasn't more advertised. Yeah, obviously I didn't know about it. Yeah. 2007. Okay. And you got the Wikipedia. Thank you. Okay. So what we're going to do is work to push these points out to be the curve that I want. So I think I'm going to use my... Unfortunately, I didn't even use Spear, I think. And try to... It's F-Zero basically with only one hover card. Ooh, F-Zero. F-Zero's fun. Beep. Seems to not be taking all of it with it, so that's interesting. I wonder if I can get like the middle-y bits here. Interesting. But didn't like Akira have that too? No. Ah, these points are now not as aligned as they could be. Akira's good though. I read the manga for Akira after I watched the movie. It was really fun. it's fun to like see like how they interpreted some of the scenes in the manga into the anime movie. And then there was like 2 other whole, 1,000-page volumes afterward to like explain the story a little better. Or to like expand on it and like make it. It's like the actual like ending of the movie Akira is like, because I wrote the screenplay before the manga was finished, so they didn't have the full story essentially. So when it came time to write the movie, they were like, I don't know, let's make up some story, and then see where it goes. And then like years later, the final volume, the manga was finished, and then it actually finished the same way that the movie finished. So it's like, ooh, it's like fun full circle with that. Okay, so at least this is now a little bit more curved out, something like that. It's probably not super smooth, but it'll never be. Try and make this a little bit tidier. And try to figure out what happened here. Essentially, this should be one fairly straight line here. What if... Nah. See if any of my straightening rules. Nope, that just brought me back to... Whoa! There we go. Bring me up to around 0. Okay. Can I see? Oh, okay. Thank you, Ben. Hope you have a fun dinner. I'm gonna see what I got here. It would seem... Start with partial editing off. There we go. Thank you, Septi, too. Nope, let's move this one. I'm also going to try and end Toys of Time a little bit earlier as well. I'm a little tired too. And I got some family stuff that they want me to be there for. So, nothing major, just kind of have fun with that. Let's see, I'll just kind of whoosh these boys around. There we go. Got some nice goggles. Something to work with, you know. Subsurface, probably just 1. It's probably good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Oh, I have to do. Let's see. Have I seen Wreck-It Ralph? Yeah, I saw both of them. I saw Wreck-It Ralph 2 in theaters, so that was fun. I feel like this is a little bit... I think 1 was better than 2 though, so if I had to recommend one of them, I would say just watch 1. The second one kind of gets a little too heady and just kind of pretentious in a way, almost, of like, yeah, we're cool, we know what the internet is, and it's like, do you know what the internet is? Hahaha. We're so cool and hip, you know? Buy Disney stuff. You know, it's like, oh, okay. It became less about arcades and video games and fun. And which is like, let's tell a mediocre story, I guess. That's predictable. So, I don't know. But yeah, definitely the first one is really good. Because it just kind of it stuck to its conventions of being a video game movie, you know. Like everything, all of its logic and all of its themes were all based on video game stuff, so that was kind of the point, and so it all worked out really well. And as soon as I introduced like the internet stuff in the sequel, it's like, okay, now it's like just as chaotic and nonsensical as the real internet, so it's kind of like, oh, okay, well. I want my rough back. I want my head off. Okay. Something here happened. Okay. Yeah, it's all good if you enjoy it. I'm just saying like I didn't. Yeah, it's all good. Definitely fun. Yeah, not to say like it was bad or anything, it was just like, I guess not what I expected it to be, especially coming off like really good of everything else. His story was going good. Then it's like just kind of took this left turn for its final act, and then it's like, okay, it's not as rewarding, I guess, as like the first movie. So that's where I'm coming from. And then it's like, oh. Like, uh-huh. You're doing that? Uh-huh. Sure. Alright. Okay. Pretty happy with that. What I was gonna do was try and merge the two somehow with... Oop, that's my microphone. Trying to merge this head because I like how this looked, but I guess I could just use it as a reference. And then just kind of... merge some of this closer, but yeah, it's still a little bit too far off. Well, yeah, all the payoffs of all of the whole story comes to a natural conclusion before the end. Then the second one, where it's just like it's all internal, and it's like, oh, great. Definitely all the meme stuff is already outdated by the time it came out, and it's like, okay. And those internet jokes were probably funny for an executive, you know, when they were writing it, but as soon as it came out, like, it's already dated itself way too hard. And it's like, okay. Okay. Thank you, Star. Appreciate that. That's a DM. I know what that is. Interesting. Bow line is a finally for the big race red line. Interesting. It's possible I may have seen some clips of it, but definitely didn't. I don't think I've probably I haven't sit down and you know, watched or anything. So let's see if I can just get this going here. Okay. It may or may not be possible to. Yeah, it's really gonna take a little bit longer to do what I really want to do is get the full face remeshed. And I feel like these are not smoothed out enough. That subdivision look pretty good. Okay. Well, I can use this time to kind of explain then. This looks weird. Let's change it to a different color. It's still fine. We can change it to the darker, body dark. That's a nice little raccoon face. There you go. Yeah, so the goal is to go through and make this the new head. So I'm going to have to like make sure that each little line here kind of follows the curve of the face better, and then pretty much like redo the topology of the face and the rest of the skull here, and so include like the ear. And then as I go, I'll make this is like the final, the orange one is now going to be the final one, and I'm going to spend more time trying to make this look better flow wise, and include all the other stuff that I wanted to do. So I want to include that's the spot. Where did my ears go? That's the horn. Probably works if I spelled these, you know, gave them better names here. Let's just include everything and I can find it. Remove things as I go. It seemed that maybe... Oh, here's my ear spots. Okay. Let's get rid of refs. Let's get rid of camera. And the spots. Just trying to make it a little bit simpler. There you go. So what I'm going to do is go through and sort of embed the this spot to be with this. This is a separate object in this, so I'm going to have to do the same sort of thing where I'm probably going to make this essentially again and put it with the same topology, add more lines so that they essentially become like the same sort of mesh. Make it more complicated, but embedded inside so that they're not separate things here. As well as the mouth, just this newt. So obviously the teeth, tongue, and whatnots will be separate objects, as well as the horn, which I guess I can call that horn, and the wings, wing clothes. Those stay as separate objects. So when I make, so I can have them be separate. If I like include it inside of the head, that'd be pretty complex to remove them. So I think it'd be better to end them together. What I'm also going to do with the eyes is that I'm going to have a new circle. Fill this first. Give this a pupil. We're going to have a new shape like this. And so I'm going to have this be the pupil. And so it'll be like right inside here. And then have this be a separate object. And then have two of them, of course. Let's go in here. Wow, that's really complicated. Oh, that's right. I can grab all of these. Turn them into white. And so now I have this. I'll have this separate object like this inside. So it'll be like something like that, I think. Hopefully. It'll look a little better, hopefully. And duplicate it. So it'll be separate like objects like this, and then I'll be able to move them around and have them look around. And they'll have their own armature, which we'll figure that out later as well. And then work on eyebrows, which might be the same sort of style that I made these, just be little flats. Maybe just add like a little bit of solidity. And they'll probably have to be part of the face as well. So, yeah. So anyway, actually kind of going back and forth now, whether or not to, would you like to see another stream where I keep modeling this and where I do all that sort of stuff and everything that I explained and just kind of continue from here? Or rather I probably not finish all of that to get to full what I want by Thursday, probably. Yeah. I mean, I'll probably work as much as I can, respectfully, you know, with everything else that's going on, so probably have to, not gonna spend too much time on this then. Well, I think there'll probably be another stream, so probably Thursday, as I figure this out. Might have one more modeling, and then I'll have the weekend to probably finish this up completely. So, look out for that then. Looks like there's the box. Beep. There you go. So, now we got Super Derpy, and she's sort of happy about it. And I guess we'll continue from here next time. Let's see. I mean, honestly, I probably could have finished what I was doing today, probably like in 10 minutes, but I'm probably, you know, not as good, so I didn't realize that I probably could have done it a little bit easier, so, oh well. But now I know, and probably way faster now to get the rest of it, so. Unfortunately, there was like a whole bunch of little wumbles and wafflings and trying to figure this out that I was very stuck on trying to figure out how exactly to do it, and then I just couldn't figure out the how exactly before I guess I hit start stream, so oh well. Hi guys. Hi Locomotive. Welcome. You might want to see. Not learn anything. I suggest you finish it off screen. Okay. Okay then. Yeah, because then after modeling, then comes a little bit more arbitrary to like watch. Like it's hard to then sort of know exactly what's going on. It'll be setting up the skeleton and different controls, and so you only really know if it's working or not if I like play with it and test it. But there's a lot of time, a lot of downtime where you don't really see anything moving or anything happening with rigging and setting up controls and stuff. A lot of weight painting and a lot of repetitive. Yeah, weight painting is, I think, a lot of 3D modelers' bane, where it's like they realize that it's one of the slowest and repetitive kind of sections of making armatures and stuff, so look out for that. But I think my model is going to be pretty low poly, which may be a hindrance in some sense with weight painting, where it's sometimes better to have more polygons, because then you can be more specific with basically weight painting in a nutshell is setting up the influence of a polygon. So when you have one polygon and a bone, so you can imagine like one of your skeleton bones, like if you have a pinky bone, and let's try one that doesn't really have anything, like a neck. So you have one polygon in your neck, because that doesn't have any, it connects everything, but it doesn't really do anything. Maybe the head, I don't know. Think of some bone and a one square polygon. You can set up the influence of how much the quote weight or influence of how much it moves. So when you rotate the bone, it's creating a relationship of the influence between the weight between the bone and the polygon. There you go. Try to make a metaphor, but it just doesn't work. So for higher poly stuff, it might be simpler, because then you can have a little bit more gradient to how much influence. You can have like 3 or 4 or 10 polygons in a row, like in a cylinder, with a whole bunch of edge loops, and then you can say like, oh, maybe this one's like half, but this little one's further away has 25% influence or something. So stuff like that, and it just kind of keeps going through every bone, and everything needs to be configured correctly, or else you'll move your leg bone and your head moves, and it's like, that's not right. So long stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know why I'm waving. Okay, see you, Locomotive. Thank you so much. See ya, and see you, Dakota. Let me go back a little bit. And both mods are getting bored watching this. Okay, not getting bored. I'm just not super visited. That's mainly because I'm doing my own thing while these streams are. Okay. Not she said something wrong with it. Just repetitive just to see small changes. But it's cool to see the project evolve. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, just apologize for this stream was not as great. I felt like I did a lot more with making the horn and wing off screen than what I did today. So sorry about that. That didn't work out as well as I probably. What I imagined was that I'd be able to finish the entire head and retopologize it today. So, and I got this little raccoon mask instead. So, whoops. But I feel like it was better to make sure that I did it correctly, or at least in a very smart way, because I know that this was going to be the final. The head retopologize. So if I made this like really broken, you know, on the first attempt or something, then I knew it was gonna be bad and unfixable later. As that's what happened with the first head, where I was trying to do the eyes. I saw how not round they were, and just didn't have the right edge loops to really make it work. So it's just hard for me to just have a good plan while sort of working on it. I feel like that's always been really tricky for me. Like I always get into like the weeds and try to make sure that every single polygon as I go, you know, or whatever I do working on, I feel like I'm always getting into weeds of like this little tiny thing is incorrect, let me fix that, and oop, this is over here, rather than the big picture, or actually, or I might do things repetitively to the sense of like, let me do this, you know, 1,000 times, and then it'll be good, rather than stepping back, breathing, and then recontextualizing everything to then say, ooh, I have a tool that can do the 1,000 wrong things really fast, like maybe in one stroke, maybe one button. So, whoops. So, that seems to be what happens a lot. Because I feel like when I just work, obviously I spend a lot more time, couple hours worth on my own time to get the model and everything else I'm working on pretty good. And then I come on stream and I only have like 50 minutes, and then I hurry, and then I get into, let me move this a little bit here. Oh, okay, maybe a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, instead of really knuckling down and then just doing it right. And I just forgot how to actually, what it's supposed to look like, or what's the way to get the edge lip around the eye. I forgot there was an easy way to do that. Then like the weird way that I did at the beginning. So, oh well, that's just my little thing there. Hence why I gotta speed edit videos. No need to rush. Okay. It is. I feel like I can get like a 3D model of like a barrel. I always use that as an example, but it's like it's really of an easy visualization, because you can get like a pentagon or a hexagon cylinder, and then you add an edge loop in the middle vertically, and then bulge it out and barrel. You know, it's like you can make a model of some 3D. Not everything in 3D is slower, but on the whole, there are more hoops to go through, where you got to make a mesh and a texture and an armature. But it's not really much different from 2D, especially with like puppets. Like you need to do a sketch and do puppet symbols, and then rig it up. Like in Toon Boom, you have to make all the nodes to have interconnecting relationships between every single part. So there's still complexity to 2D. It's not like you just zip zoop and then you're done for the whole character puppet. So anyway, Guess I'll wait for a whole bunch of stuff now. Okay. Good morning. Hello. Hi, Two-Tailed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And see you, Cookie. Thank you so much. And I think I'll wrap it up here. I know that today, again, was a little bit weird, but if today's Tuesday, then that means another stream on Thursday. So, I'll work on this maybe like a little bit in the meantime. Maybe clean up what I have, or maybe make sure that the head, the first head that's full and complete, looks good. Maybe smooth it out, and then I'll look up some more tutorials to figure that out. For the apologizing, because I spent a long time at the beginning trying to figure out what's the way to get the polygons to, the new polygon to like line up with the another object, and get it so it kind of like magnets close to the curve, or to just in proximity close, so I can get the curve out of the face without having to manually try to get it going like that. So that's what I needed, and that's why it took a bit to get that all going. So but yeah. Hope everyone has a good day. I am gonna wrap up for this right now, so hope you guys have a good day. Thank you guys so much. I can do my this one. Yay. Hope the music was good. I'll keep finding more music, so I'll add more. Maybe then, if I have enough, then I can rotate some of them out, you know, and then add some new ones. So that'll be fun. So I'm keep expanding, and maybe I'll look into Audio Jungle and see other stuff. I just figured because it was YouTube, that'd be the most legally close to what I'm looking for. Anyway, yeah. Thank you guys, and see you guys Thursday. Let me find out my go away button. And yeah, thank you. Okay, bye guys.